Welcome back to this trade recap. Today was a little bit of a difficult day in the markets. I took 3 trades overall, and 2 of them got stopped at break even, and 1 of them I took a loss on. But the final trade that I took, we went to the exact tick of my final take profit and did not end up getting filled, so I got kind of screwed on that one, but it's part of the game and I accept that. But lost 620 on this trade. That we'll go over. We'll go into the charts and go over all of it, but yeah, it was a little bit of a tough day for me. So, I don't even know if you saw that. Hold on. Wait, I think you did. Okay. So now going into the charts, let's go over what I was looking at today and how I ended up taking 3 trades, because normally I do not take 3 trades. And also I traded in the PM session, which I usually do not do either. So, first of all, coming into the market today, it was pretty obvious where we were going. We had left these equal highs earlier in the week. Yesterday we came up, put in another equal high without taking either of those, and then pulled down in the overnight sessions, generating more liquidity, generating more buy-side liquidity within this, and retracing back to a bigger time frame bullish imbalance, and also this change in the state line. But what I was more interested in was the fact that we had internal manipulation here. So internal manipulation in a higher time frame fair value gap with generated buy-side liquidity and external liquidity. So this looked very clean to me. The issue is we didn't have 15-minute displacement yet. There was reasons to go lower. We had equilibrium to rebalance of this whole leg. We had lower to go, and we didn't yet have 15-minute displacement to tell me that we weren't going any lower. So this first trade I took, not bad, but I understand looking back why it didn't work out. So my trade was, we had SMT here, we had internal SMT here, and I took my trade on a 30-second change in the state on NQ. So we had the SMT and this displacement above these 3 bearish candles. I took my entry here, stop loss here, and since my draw on liquidity was so clear, I was just targeting the external draw and was planning on moving my stop loss to break even pretty quickly. So we started to push up, we took out the internal high. So this model played out. This little model played out. The change in the state with the SMT, we took the internal high. That was the draw. So it makes sense why we went only to there, because we hadn't yet had 15-minute displacement. That was just manipulation to generate more liquidity to later go up. So makes sense why we then come back down. So here, I got stopped at break even here, probably lost like $50 just on spreads. And yeah. So I was kind of done for the AM session, but I knew there was still good opportunity in the market. We came down lower, farther into this bullish for value gap and into this higher time frame order block, this 1 hour large order block, and I was still very bullish. And then we then had the hold on, let's go in the higher time frame. We then had the 15-minute displacement that I was looking for. We had the change in the state here, and this is what I needed to see. This now tells me, okay, we're most likely just going to follow through all the way up. So what do I need to see now? Now I want to see us leave these internal highs intact, and I want to see us come down. I want to see us rebalance to equilibrium, generating buy-side liquidity on the way down, displacement, and then continuation, like this. Rebalance to equilibrium, change in the state, 15-minute fair value gap. This is what I was looking for. And that is what we got. We started to pull back. We came up, did not take this high. Didn't take this high, generating more liquidity. Came down, rebalanced to equilibrium into that 15-minute for value gap and at the change in the state line. Pulled back, and this is where I hesitated. I just hesitated here, and I should have taken this trade. This is very clear. 5-minute change in the state, exactly where I want. 15-minute for value gap, equilibrium, generated buy side liquidity. This is the trade that I take. But I hesitated on it. Stop loss here or here, targeting internal and leave a runner till external. That's the trade I should have taken. But because PM session opened the next candle, and I don't usually trade PM session, and in the AM session, when we open market, we usually manipulate down first. Like at 9:30, we'll manipulate down, and then we'll go in the direction of where price actually wanted to go. So I was thinking, okay, PM session probably does the same thing, but I didn't have the experience I needed to trade PM session. So first candle opens, and we kind of displace higher. And at this point, we're kind of too far away from the original entry I wanted. So I was looking for some type of internal manipulation for me to enter on the 1-minute time frame. I was looking for something like this, maybe this continuation, enter here, stop loss. Maybe there's SMT here or something like that. That's what I was looking for. But instead, we just displace up. And I missed this trade, unfortunately. So, missed that entry. Take out the internal highs. But at this point, we leave the external high, which is still my strong higher time frame bias, is that external high. And we leave it intact. So, I'm still interested in this because we haven't taken my higher time frame drawn liquidity yet. And right now, we're pulling back into this bullish inefficiency and back to equilibrium. Let's see. There's equilibrium. We're in the bullish inefficiency right now. And here is where I went wrong. This is where I made a bad mistake. We pulled down. Internal manipulation. I saw us pull up. We came up. Had a change in the state. Had a bullish change in the state on the 1 minute. Internal manipulation. And I took this trade. I took a long here. Targeting my external drawn liquidity. And immediately got stopped out. So why does this not work out? Well, we haven't rebalanced to equilibrium yet. Equilibrium is still lower on this bullish leg. 15-minute for value gap. It already did get rebalanced in 2, so that's not why. But equilibrium was not rebalanced yet. Which can be fine, but the displacement is not enough for you to take this trade before equilibrium. Maybe if the leg looks something like this. If the leg looks something like this, you can take this trade. That I'd be fine with. But the displacement was not good enough. We're just kind of lollygagging around here. This is not good displacement. We barely push through. We don't even displace above this high. This swing high, we don't even push through. So I would have needed to see more. I would have needed to see like this pullback continuation. But I was a little jumpy at this one. This is just a bad trade. Don't like it. And I was punished for it. Then we came down. I didn't get too emotional taking a loss. I was thinking, okay, I understand this wasn't the best trade, but I'm okay with it. I move on to the next day or the next trade. This trade idea was still valid. We hadn't invalidated it. If we had ran through this 15-minute for value gap, then this idea would have been invalidated. But we were holding it, and we were starting to displace up. Once I see this V-shaped move, I'm thinking the drawn liquidity is clearly higher, and my idea was correct. Look on the 2-minute chart because we have a clear bearish imbalance right here. Changing the state of delivery, and I took my position right here. Entry on the change of the state, stop loss right above the inverse fair value gap, targeting the external draw. We push up, leave. Okay, let me show you on MNQ where I actually did take this trade, what happened. So here's my entry, right? Here was my entry on the change of the state right here. Entered this trade, stop loss at the inverse fair value gap. Let me see on the 2-minute. Okay, this is a little lower actually. Entry was here, stop loss at the inverse fair value gap, targeting the external draw. And we take the internal high. I moved my stop loss to break even around here. And we wick it. We wick the high. We don't go through it enough to fill my position. And I end up just getting fucked. And price comes back down. And I get stopped at break even. So, just a tough day overall. And we didn't even end up sweeping it at the end of the day. We just kind of consolidated around it. Never ended up taking the high that I wanted. So, I mean, maybe I could see a long to there tomorrow. But I'm assuming we're going to go there in the overnight session. Just a tough day. I had the right idea of price. I was a little emotional. A little bit of FOMO was in me because I couldn't find a trade earlier this week. And I was in the mindset of rushing things again. I was thinking about moving out of my hometown. I had that idea of my mind that I wanted to move out to... I thought my life would be better if I was somewhere else and if I had money. And I know that's the wrong mindset to have. I rushed it. I tried to rush the process. And my emotions showed that. I was clearly emotional. I was rushed. I had FOMO. I had fear. And it was because I was trying to rush it. I can't leave until December anyways. I have 22 more weeks. 22 more weeks until I can move out of here because I have dog sitting scheduled until December. So I can't fucking leave until December anyways. But I'm still rushing it. I have this idea of moving out of Tucson to Scottsdale and in my own apartment and making vlogs and having a bigger YouTube channel. And I have this idea in my mind and I'm trying to strive for it so bad. And I was punished for it. I was emotional and I was punished for it. The market humbled me. And I got to remember that I have everything I need. I don't need anything more. I can enjoy the life I have right now. And I was reminded of that by the market. This was a clear day. This whole week was a test on me. Of course I want to see better price action, but right now we're at all-time highs. I'm not going to see the cleanest price action. And it's what I need. Maybe it's not what I want to see, but it's what I need right now. Because this is a very pivotal point in my life. And I need to go through the suffering of having bad price action and being able to be patient and understand that I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm looking for. So why try and force anything else? And the market is showing me that. It's testing me to see if I'm able to be patient. If I'm able to wait through bad price action until I see a good trade that I like. And it might not be what I want, but it is what I need. So I've learned my lesson. I'm sure I'll keep coming back to this, but I'm going to continue to try my hardest to remember that I have everything that I need in life and that I don't need anything more. I can have a vision of my future, but I'm exactly where I need to be. And I can enjoy where I'm at in life now. And yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more trade recaps. Again, I am posting every trade that I take. I'm not taking a bunch of trades because price action isn't good. If I took a trade every day this week, I would post a video every day this week, but I don't see opportunity, and I am patient. I wait until I see exactly what I need to see. So thank you for watching. I hope I see you in the next one. Subscribe, like, comment, do all that, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.